Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining our Q3 feature release webinar. These releases are from July to September 2020. They were rolled out over this time to all accounts, and announcements were made via our social media channels, blog and monthly newsletters to clients. So please make sure you follow us on social media to get the latest or be in touch if you are not receiving our newsletters. So firstly, let's meet the team. So today it is myself and Hannah, and the agenda that we're covering is permissions within discussions, discussion filters, multiple announcement widgets, mobile app widgets, subgroups and resources. And at the end, we'll have our Q&A session as usual. So if you'd like to save your questions and pop them in the chat box, we can cover them at the end. So firstly, discussions. The discussions functionality has increased in popularity and is now widely used with our clients. We are continuing to enhance our discussions feature, and I'll just talk you through a few of the most recent feature releases within discussions. So firstly, it's the permissions. So this update allows you to set permissions on discussions the same as you can with our files, notes, tasks, and events tools. You can also select specific members to be a part of a discussion and set them different permissions within that same discussion. So I'll just talk you through each member type and how they use the feature. Both group administrators and content contributors can create a new discussion, and it is a group administrator who can set permissions. Read-only members can view discussions and their replies unless permissions have been set to private. All member types can use guest share, though for a read-only member, this applies to the private discussions they have been assigned to. That only, applies to them. Account administrators and group administrators can change the permissions set up for any existing discussions. And the only time a content contributor can set permissions is when they create a new discussion themselves. So I'll just move on to the discussion filters. So we've added a filter option to the discussions tool. Now you can filter by last modified, date created, and name, making it quicker and easier for you to view and sort through your existing discussions. This is useful for those of you who have a lot of discussions and use them very heavily, making it easier to find the ones you'd like. You can find this feature by navigating to your discussions tool, and you'll see the filter bar at the top. And by clicking on the icon on the right-hand side, this will bring up the filter options, last modified, date created, and name, and you can click one of them to best suit your search. And you can also type in the search box as usual too. So that's our discussions, and I'll just move on to the widgets now. So the multiple announcement widgets, I'll just let you know how to use them and where to find them firstly. So for those of you who are new to announcement widgets, I'll just give you an overview of why you would use them as well. So you can create announcement widgets to share and display important messages to members. This could be anything from team building days to health and safety announcements. Multiple announcement widgets can be created in the group homepage by the account administrator and the group administrator, and they can be color-coded to make it easier to differentiate for you. They're also available on your member dashboard if you're an account administrator or if you're a member of multiple groups, and these will be carried over to the group homepages if the widget is enabled in the group homepages also. So you'll see here, this is an example of multiple announcements that have been added within a group homepage. So to create a new announcement to a group homepage, take the following steps. So number 1, select edit widgets. Number 2, add the widgets. And number 3, add the announcement area. And then obviously hit save. And then to edit the announcement widgets, select the little pencil icon you can see in the top right hand corner. And then obviously you can change the color as well, add the text and hit OK. And that's an example of the final announcement widget for you. So I'll just hand over to Hannah now.
I'm just going to talk you through our new feature to do with widgets as well, and this is to do with our mobile app. So mobile app group homepage widgets have been added, and this is to make the user experience for the mobile similar to that of the portal. And this is available for both our iOS and Android users. And widgets are basically windows into the content of a group, and the widgets can be used to customize the group home to create a desired experience for group members. So it's basically fully customizable for you as what you display here. So I'll just, which type of Clinked members can use mobile widgets? So all members of your Clinked portal can download the Clinked app directly from the Apple or Play Store. And group administrators or account administrators are the ones who can control or change these mobile widgets. So here you can see the two pictures. So on the left, we've got one from the desktop portal, and then on the right, we've got one from the mobile app. And you can see they're fairly similar in terms of content, but look slightly different. So the mobile app is displayed in rows, but it'll basically, whatever's on the left at the top on the portal will show first on the mobile. As you can see there, it's laid out like that. So basically whatever you have designed on the portal will carry across to the mobile. So if you want to customize your content, you would need to do that from the portal for it to carry across to the mobile phone. And the widgets available for viewing on the mobile app include activity stream. So basically when you go to add a widget, you'll see a long list of about 15 options that we've got for you to choose from. And these include like activity stream, recent events, notes, discussions, task summaries, and announcement area, as you can see pictured here, the team building day announcement in blue. So that's one of the options you can have as well. And widgets containing content with data, so images, videos, iframe or jot forms, will also now be able to be viewed and edited on the mobile app, and these will be fully actionable on the screen. For instance, you can play videos or complete forms directly from your phone. As you can see here, this is a Google Sheet example, and this can be interacted with directly from your mobile device. And as you can see there, it's going to be updated every 5 minutes. And you just need to go in and edit it, and then you'd be able to edit it directly from just tapping on your phone, and it would save across the mobile and the portal as well. So this is our most recent feature release, and we've called it Subgroups, and this has been designed for content sharing purposes. So subgroups can now be added to a main group, and this is for the quick sharing of content such as files, notes, discussions, etc. across multiple groups. So if you want to quickly share content across your multiple groups, this is a good thing to use. So I'll just talk you through where to find subgroups. So you just need to go into your group and then navigate to the group settings, and then check that box where it says this is a subgroup of, and then press click to select. As you can see where that arrow is there. And then once you've clicked into that, it will bring you to this list of your groups. So this is all your groups within Clinked, and you just need to select which one you'd like it to be a subgroup of the main group. So here, say you wanted Fun Run to be the main group, you would just, this is where you would select that. So once a subgroup has been created, all the content added to that group will carry across into the subgroup automatically. So for example, if you make a change to a note in the main group, this will automatically be updated in the subgroup. And we also have additional settings, so you can alter how subgroups work. And you just need to select the cog button next to that click to select button, and that will appear when you just hover over it. And then this will take you to the additional settings page. And so the group tools section controls how to enable content sharing and control the content changes. So as you can see there, we've got the enabled column and then the changes column. So the enabled column, you just need to check this box for each content type. For instance, here we've got all 5 enabled, so files, notes, discussions, events and tasks will be carried across from the main to the subgroup. And then we've got the changes option, so here you can choose when content is added to the main group, how it will be changed in the subgroup, and there are different choices depending on the content type, so you just can review this and set that up here. So at the moment we've got it on create, update and delete, and that means that all content will be created, updated and deleted across the main and subgroup. But you can alter that. There's like various options, and I'll just show you a use case so you can understand how you might use that. So here, as you can see, we've got Budx, and that's our insurance company, and they've decided that they just want files, notes and discussions to be carried down to the subgroups. but they use events and tasks internally, so they want that to be kept in the main group. So what they've done is they've just come in and ticked files notes discussions, so they will be carried down, and left events and tasks unticked, so they won't be part of that subgroup. And then they also do not want files to be deleted in the subgroup. So they've just come in here and taken off the delete, so it's just create and update. So that means files will just be created and updated in the subgroup, but files deleted in the main group will not be also deleted in the subgroup. So that's something you can play around with and find out what works for you. So I'll just point you towards our resources for those of you that are not aware of this. So you can basically find articles, blogs, and the feature releases we talked about today on our Help and Learning Centre, and you access that by just going to the drop down and then selecting Help. And we've also got our social media for you to reference in your own time, and articles which you can go into more detail on our Help Centre there, where you can see where the arrow is. And then if you need any technical help, please email our support team at support@clinked.com. So if any of you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and say hello, or if you want, you can use the chat box as well to ask your question in the chat box.
Okay, perfect. We do actually have one question already, which is great. And it's just, it says where it says share with nobody versus everyone, so i.e. client members, does that mean everyone in the group can view what you share, or only those with the link view new documents and files shared? So basically with the permissions, if it says share with either nobody versus client members, that basically means obviously you can keep it private with the nobody, and then just add in the odd member that you like, and then everyone, obviously that just means everyone in the whole group can see that. Everyone that obviously has the permissions to see it and is a member of that group will be able to see it. Okay, we also have another one. So how often is there feature releases? So feature releases, we do actually have a feature request board, which basically is in our help, like in the drop down box near the help center, and you can pop in anything that you think might be an asset to the portal. So, any features that you think would be helpful. And we do sort of a review of this. And if there's anything that, that's come up quite a lot, or, anything that we've thought about along the way, we just sort of do them as and when. But you'll always get notified via social media. Okay, we'll just see. Oh, we've got another one here. So is there a limit on how many subgroups you can have? No, there's no limit at all. So yeah, just obviously add as many as you like. So just leave it another 30 seconds or so, see if anyone's got any questions.
Can I just double check on what you've said about the permissions, nobody versus everyone?
Yeah, sure.
So one of the things that I've been doing is I will, like if I'm sending a file to a client, like a big MP3 or something like that, which is just huge.
Yeah.
I've got a folder that is called client downloads. So what I will do is I'll add the document in there, then I'll put their email address in and send them the link to that. But then once I've put that document into the client downloads folder, what does that mean for everyone else that I've ever sent anything to? That's the thing that I was kind of asking. Does that make sense?
Hannah, are you...
Yeah, do you mind just clarifying a bit? Do you mean when you upload a file, the permission settings, who can see it, or
Yes, so when you upload a file, it says, for example, I uploaded a book, for example, for a client, and I've already, and I've got a folder that's just called client downloads. So what I did is I went in the to message where you're going to email the link over, I put their email address in, but no one else's.
Okay.
And sent them the link to the book. does that mean only they get to see the book that I have sent them, even if I've said permission everyone? Because nobody sounds like nobody can see it.
Yeah, was that using the guest share functionality?
Would you call it the guest share? I'm just gonna, let me just go in and have a look.
Yeah, sure.
If the I'll just say that if the folder hasn't got permissions set, you know, for specific people, everyone in that group would be able to see that folder, whether they've been sent the link or not.
Right.
So if they're a member of that group and the folder doesn't have permissions, yeah, people will be able to see it.
Great. All right. And so, okay, so I'm just looking now. So client downloads, group members. I haven't set anyone up as a group member. I simply just put their email address in to send them the file.
Okay, so there's no members of that specific group?
No.
Okay, no, it would just be that person then.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a guest. Yeah, it would just be that guest, and they would be the only person.
Great. Yeah. So because I was never quite, because nobody sounds like nobody, you know, me can see it. So I've always just kind of wondered about that one and just wanted to clarify why you were here.
Yeah. If you're the only member of the group, then you're the only person that will see it unless you've sent it to someone. That's correct.
Fabulous. Thank you.
That's okay, no worries. Right, let's see if we've got any more questions at all. If not, then probably round it off for today. And just thanks everyone for coming. We hope it was very helpful for you. And as I mentioned earlier, if you do have any more questions at all, please email us at support@clinked.com. Have a great day.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.